Hello, viewers. Welcome to Echoes with Flo. This is a podcast where we give voice to women's stories of resilience, healing, and transformation. Today with me is Mrs. Dooshima David Jang. She's going to be telling her thyroid story, how she was diagnosed for thyroid, and her healing process. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. As always, it's a blessing to lend my voice to a cause.
Thank you so much. Today, we are going to be talking about your thyroid story. You're going to be telling us how you were diagnosed, your life before the thyroid diagnosis, how you became diagnosed, your journey through the healing process, and whatever you need to tell our audience about the thyroid disease.
Thank you very much. Yeah. I remember that I first noticed some issues after I had my third child. I noticed I had put on some weight. I found that strange, but I figured, well, I haven't been exercising like I used to. So I figured maybe that was it. But later on, about a year later, I realized I was losing a lot of weight. My heart was palpitating. I was very irritable, and I was always feeling hot.
Wow.
And I had moved to Jos from Abuja then. So I found it strange that I was hot, and I had lost weight drastically, and my eyes had begun to bulge.
Wow.
And then I began to notice a swelling in my throat,
Wow.
an uneven swelling, one side more than the other. Luckily for me, my older sister had just passed through it, so it made it. She said, "Do you think perhaps you have thyroid? You have your thyroid is acting up?" And I said, "I don't know, but well, I'll be willing to do the test." And so I went to Bingham, then Jankwanu, and we did the test, and we noticed the test was what you call them?
TSH.
Yes, TSH.
Wow.
The ranges were higher than they should have been. And so I started on carbamazole. And at that time, nobody really knew what thyroid was.
Wow.
So it was a hit and miss. Thank God for a doctor who put himself out there, Dr. Gidado, Sanusi Gidado. Yes, no, Gidado.
Okay.
Here in Bingham, who put himself out. So later my sister called and said, I have found somebody who he's doing a new thing here in Abuja. That was radioactive thyroid.
Thyroid.
Yes. So we joined his treatment.
Wow. So the journey through the diagnosis and how did your family feel when they saw that, when you knew that you had the thyroid disease? Was there an impact on the family? Was there something, was there an alteration, or did it impact your family?
Well, it's funny that you say that. I'm grateful my husband's not here because he really suffered in my hands. I was really irritable. I was very angry.
Wow.
And I didn't know why I was angry. As a result
of the thyroid.
Yes, very short-tempered. Luckily, we had gone through, as my own extended family had already suffered that backlash from my older sister. So they were a lot more understanding. But my husband from a even killed wife to someone that before you say 1, 2, I've said 10, and it wasn't good. I'm sure it was a hard time for them. Wow. And it was a hard time for me because I was like, what is this? And then it doesn't matter how much makeup or whatever I do, I always felt ugly. Yes, because my eyes, no, I'm serious. My eyes were bulging. I had lost hair.
Wow.
My eyebrows had faded.
Yes,
those are some of the things. My eyebrows had faded. So I was looking like an alien.
Wow.
Yes, because I had the big eyes, no eyebrows, very blotchy skin, and I was really skinny. So everybody that knew me before and met me I could see the shock.
You must have thought you were even suffering in the marriage.
Maybe, they probably thought that. 2, maybe they thought I had HIV.
Wow.
Yes, because
Was that bad?
It was that bad because the amount of weight I lost and how I was looking strange. I was looking over my old pictures and I was like, God has brought me a mighty long way from that. It's a really horrible thing.
So what type of thyroid condition were you diagnosed? Because I know that there are several types of thyroid malfunction. So can you tell us what type you were diagnosed with?
Okay. So I was diagnosed with Graves' disease, which
Wow.
is hyperthyroidism.
Wow.
Graves' disease, it causes your body, your heart to pump constantly, whether in rest, like I'm sitting here, I'm lying down, whatever I'm doing, it causes your heart to pump as if you're constantly running. Hence the weight loss.
Yeah.
So that was why I could not put on weight, and that's why I was looking skinny. Then the eye pressure from the hormonal issues cause your eyes to
bulge. I know
to bulge. I had to take drugs to even reduce
the eyes.
Yes, to reduce the eyes.
Wow.
So it really takes a
So
toll.
I'm trying to let you tell our viewers how this diagnosis affected you socially. I mean, you've told us how it affected you in your family, but what about outsiders, the people that maybe in your workplace, in church, among your friends? How did it affect you, and what social impact did it have on you and others?
Yeah, I'm sure people gave me a wide berth because you after a while you realize that if you say 1, I'll say 7.
Okay, so but were you stigmatized? Was there stigmatization? Were you maybe isolated by friends and maybe
No, I
family members?
I don't think I was. I don't think anybody actually gave me a wide berth like that. But I guess they walked on eggshells. Was better for you to walk on eggshells around me.
Wow. So what lifestyle changes have the what lifestyle changes did you make then, maybe after you began treatment and you saw that you were getting better? What lifestyle changes did you make, and did you try to explain to so many people around you that that was not you, it was your thyroid that was acting up? Did you try to make up, to explain to them, or to create awareness to others about the thyroid disease?
Yes, definitely. As you can see, I'm not one to put myself out, but I'm here.
Yeah.
Because I realize a lot of people don't know what they're going through. There's
Yes.
someone I know at our church, and when she explained to me what was going on, I told her husband, please have patience. I even dragged my husband and said, please talk to him.
Wow,
Let him
that's
understand.
very good.
Yes, because it's a hard place. Because the doctor had to tell my husband, have patience with your wife. This isn't your wife. These are her hormones acting up. And that's what happens to many people. Many people divorce at that point.
Wow.
Yes, it's like it's documented because the men can't put up with the almost abusive wives because the wives cannot control themselves.
Wow.
Your hormones are out of whack. You don't understand what's going on, and I, as many people, I'll be like, sorry, that time that wasn't me. That was somebody else.
Wow. So viewers, you've heard from Mrs. Dooshima Jang, a wife, a mother, an entrepreneur. She has told us her thyroid story and how it's impacted her family members, socially, mentally. But that time, I just want to ask a question. That period when you had the thyroid, did you wish that you didn't have it? Was there a time when even you could not recognize yourself? I mean, your mental health. Did you recognize yourself? Did you say, oh, to yourself that, no, this is not me? Was there a time that you had an inner reflection and tried to stop the attitude or your new you? Did you try to stop it at that time? Or Did you know that the medication you were taking or the treatment could stop it?
When I was in the thick of that thing, there was nothing you could tell me. You could not tell me anything.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I cannot pretend. But as the drugs began to kick in after, and then I did the treatment, I was able to begin to rein myself in.
All right.
And because I had knowledge, and because I had knowledge of how I was affecting my children, my husband, my siblings, and my co-workers, I was able to, it's different when you're angry and you don't know why you're angry.
Yes.
But when you realize that there are hormonal issues, then you can begin to say, no, I will not be controlled by this.
Yes.
And my doctor then, the Dr. Jawa, now professor, he was very helpful, very caring. He explained, and when you understand something, it's easier to...
It's easier.
Yes, so he explained what was going on with the body. He explained the treatments. He explained what to expect. So when you begin to see some things, you're like, no, that's not me. That is the sickness. And I can control it.
So what are the biggest misconceptions that people have about the thyroid disease? Because, Nigeria today, we're not really so fully aware about the thyroid disease. What are the misconceptions? Have you met some people who have a totally different opinion about the thyroid? What are the misconceptions that you think people have?
So many times the goiter, which is part of the thyroid disease, like my mother's people thought in the old times, they thought it was beauty. If you had
beauty.
Yes, the bigger it was, the more beautiful they considered you. And they lived with it, But many of the conceptions is they say she's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, they say she's crazy. Many of the women you see who behave as if they are mentally unstable, it's hormonal issues, it's thyroid issues.
Yeah.
The hormone is controlled by the thyroid. So many times we feel, oh, she's just being crazy. And it's not that. It is hormonal imbalance.
Wow. So what advice will you give to maybe someone who is newly diagnosed of the thyroid disease, or what would you like to tell them? If there's anyone that is maybe watching us and is newly diagnosed of the thyroid disease, what would you like to tell them? And what will you tell people who have not even tried to check themselves? Maybe women, there's a misconception, sorry. I'd like to say this before we close, that thyroid does not only affect women, it affects men too. So, but it's the percentage of women affected by the thyroid is higher than that of men. That's why we are focusing more on women with the thyroid. So before we close, we would like to hear from you. What would you like to tell people who have been diagnosed newly or have not even been diagnosed at all?
Well, I'd like most people to know that you should get your hormones tested. T3, T4, TSH, free radicals. You should get your hormones tested every year, And then Professor Jawa said something. He said a lot of thyroid issues arise from stress.
Wow,
yes,
stress.
It's scientifically proven that it's stress. It could be stress in your family, it could be stress at the job, it could be just stress of any sort. So it could be emotional stress from loss. Many times we say it's depression, sometimes it's stress. So if you're in a stressed environment, you need to take it easy. That's what I'll say. For one, take it easy. I've upped my magnesium, selenium, B12, because those are the
Those
ones.
are the
yes,
medications or maybe supplements
that support thyroid health.
All right.
So those are the kind of things I would suggest. And look for people who love you and who understand you.
Wow.
It will go a long way to supporting your journey.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mrs. Dooshima David Jang. Before we close, I would like you to just give us a parting word. Maybe our viewers, give them a parting word concerning your own journey, your how you survived it, and what you did during the period that you were diagnosed, the time that you were taking medication. Please just give us a general parting word. And what would you like our viewers to take home from this podcast?
Okay. What I'd like you to know is that your family care for you. And when you're feeling out of whack, share with your family.
Yeah.
Even if you don't understand what you're feeling, tell them, this is how I feel. I don't feel normal. Make sure you have good medical assistance so that you can, if one doctor doesn't listen to you, go to other doctors. She runs NGO
Yeah, God
that
has.
advocates. You need NGOs like this who will tell you, this is what's happening. NGOs like that, women health NGOs, mental health NGOs, they'll all help you. It will go a far way when you have a supportive community of healthcare, of family, and of church, or your mosque, whatever religion you ascribe to. It will really take you a long way.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Jang, and thank you, our viewers. As a parting word from me, as a woman, get yourself tested. Do a thyroid function test. We have heard Mrs. Jang's thyroid story, how she was diagnosed and how she survived. Please do yourself good. Give yourself a beautiful gift this season and get yourself tested. Do a thyroid function test and ensure that you follow up with the treatment. Thank you very much. From Echoes with Flo, we say thank you for listening.